You brought me here? I asked, voice unsteady. Silence. I turned. He was standing a few steps behind me, watching quietly. I didn't, he said softly. A pause. You did. My breath caught. What? Before he could answer, a presence brushed against my mind. Gentle, warm, nothing like the sharp, invasive pull from before. This was safe. Ella. My entire body froze. That voice. No, it couldn't be. Slowly trembling, I turned toward the sound. And there, standing beneath the fading light, was her. The woman I had buried in every lifetime. The one I never got to save. Mom? My voice broke. She smiled. The same gentle smile I remembered. The same warmth that used to calm every fear I had. Tears blurred my vision instantly. No. I whispered, shaking my head. This isn't real. You're gone. You always. I know, she said softly. Her voice reached me not just through sound, but through my mind. Through something deeper. I can't stay. The words shattered something inside me. Then, why? My breath hitched. Why are you here now? She stepped closer. Not quite touching, but close enough that I could feel her warmth. Because you finally stopped running. Silence. My tears fell freely now. I didn't come back to hurt you, she continued gently. I came back. Because you're breaking. My hands trembled. I tried to protect you, she said, voice soft but filled with regret. Low suppressants. The life you lived. It was never meant to cage you forever. A pause. It was meant to give you time. To what? I choked. To choose, she answered. The wind shifted softly around us. And now, your power is waking up. I clenched my fists. It hurts. I know. It's unstable. I know. I'm scared, I admitted, my voice barely a whisper. For the first time, she reached out. Her hand hovered over mine. And though it wasn't fully real, I felt it. Warm, gentle, safe. You're not alone anymore, Ella, she said. My breath broke. Then stay. Silence. A painful, quiet silence. I can't. The answer came like a knife. Tears fell harder. But he can. I froze. What? Her gaze shifted past me. Slowly, I turned. My uncle stood there, unmoving. But for the first time, he didn't look calm. He looked heavy, burdened. He promised me, she said softly behind me, that no matter what happened, my heart pounded. He would protect you. Everything went still. I looked at him. Really looked this time. You know her, I said quietly. His jaw tightened. I didn't just know her, he replied, voice lower than before. A pause. I failed her. Silence. Heavy. Crushing. The wind stilled. My chest ached. That's why you found me, I whispered. Yes. That's why you used me. His eyes flickered. Yes. Tears blurred my vision again. I should have been angry. I was angry. But, you still came, I said. A long silence followed. Then, because this time, he said quietly, I won't fail again. The world around us began to fade. The sky dimmed. The warmth slowly slipping away. No, I reached out. Wait. My mother's figure grew lighter, fading with the wind. Ella, her voice, soft. Fading. Live this life. My breath trembled. Not just survive it. Light. Then, gone. I gasped. The world snapped back. The room. The broken wall. The pressure outside. Real again. My hands shook but something inside me had changed. Not gone. Not broken. Steady. For the first time. Steady. I lifted my head. Fine, I said quietly. Not weak. Not running. Deciding. I looked at him. Teach me. Silence. Then, a small nod. Outside, the door finally broke open. And this time, I didn't feel like prey anymore. The door finally gave in. Bang. Wood splintered. The lock snapped. They were inside. The pressure surged instantly thick, overwhelming, suffocating. But this time, I didn't flinch. I stood still, shoulders steady, breath controlled. My uncle stepped slightly in front of me, not blocking, just there, waiting. 3 figures entered, slow, confident, like they already knew this would be the end. My eyes narrowed. Alpha, no doubt. Their presence was different from before, stronger, sharper, but strangely familiar. Too familiar. My heartbeat stuttered. Why? I whispered. The one in front stepped closer, gaze locked onto me, dark eyes, and moving. You ran far, he said, voice low. Something in my chest tightened painfully. Not fear, something else. Something I didn't understand. My fingers trembled slightly. I don't know you. A pause. Then, you do. The words hit differently. Not threatening. Certain. Final. Before I could react. Another step. Closer. And then, it happened. The scent. Not overwhelming. Not crushing. But, pulling. My breath hit sharply. My mind went blank. No, I whispered. My body reacted before I could stop it, something deep inside me responding. Resonating. Reaching back. Not 1. Not 2. 3. All at once. My knees almost gave out. What is this? I staggered, grabbing onto the edge of the table. My uncle moved instantly. Ella, don't come closer. I snapped, my voice shaking as I pulled back. Because the moment they got closer, it got stronger. That pull, that connection, impossible to ignore. My chest ached. My heart pounded wildly, completely out of sync with my thoughts. This isn't real, I muttered. This is just some kind of trick. It's not, one of them said quietly. The second one stepped forward, now calmer, eyes softer but no less intense. We've been looking for you. For years, the third added, voice lower, almost restrained. I shook my head, backing away. No, that's not possible. My mind raced. 3 alphas, 3 connections. That feeling, that instinct. No, that only meant one thing. Mate. The word slipped out before I could stop it. Silence. Heavy. Final. None of them denied it. My vision blurred. No, it came out weaker this time. That's not how it works, I said, voice unsteady. There's only supposed to be one. With you? The first one interrupted softly. A faint, almost sad smile touched his lips. Never. My breath caught. No, it came out weaker this time. That's not how it works, I said, voice unsteady. There's only supposed to be one. With you? The first one interrupted softly. A faint, almost sad smile touched his lips. Never. My breath caught. My heart felt like it was being pulled in 3 different directions at once. Painful. Overwhelming. Why me? I whispered. No answer came immediately. Because they didn't need to. I already knew. My abilities. My past. My broken cycles. My fingers tightened. You're the ones who were chasing me. Not a question. A realization. The second one nodded slowly. We had to find you. The third's gaze darkened slightly. Before someone else did. My uncle stepped forward then. Presence shifting, no longer calm. Protective. Tense. She's not going anywhere with you, he said coldly. The air changed instantly. Sharp. Dangerous. The 3 alphas didn't move. But their focus shifted to him. And you are? The first asked, voice neutral but edged. A pause. Then my uncle answered quietly. The one who will decide whether you're worthy of her. Silence. Explosive. My heart pounded between them. Between all of them. This wasn't just about being chased anymore. This was something bigger. Something I couldn't run from. 3 mates. I hidden past. A power I couldn't control. And now, a choice I didn't understand. My breath slowed. Not calm. Not afraid. Just overwhelmed. This is insane, I whispered. But deep inside, that pull didn't fade. It grew. Stronger with every second. My chest tightened as I looked at them. Really looked this time. Not as threats. Not as hunters. But as something connected. And that scared me more than anything. This is insane, I whispered again, my voice barely steady. No one laughed. No one denied it. Instead, the first alpha stepped forward slow. Careful. Like approaching something fragile. Then let us prove it. My brows furrowed. Prove what? That we're not here to cage you, he said quietly. Silence stretched. Then my uncle spoke, voice firm. Words mean nothing. The second alpha nodded slightly. Then give us a condition. My heart skipped. A test. A challenge. Something I could control. I swallowed. Fine. My voice came out softer than I intended. If this is real. If what you're saying is true. My hands trembled slightly. Then don't come near me. Silence. What? The third alpha frowned. I forced myself to keep going. Don't touch me. Don't use your scent. Don't force anything. My chest ached. Stay there. And still make me believe you. A long pause. Heavy. Painful. Because we all knew what that meant. For mates, distance was torture. The bond demanded closeness. Connection. Contact. And I was asking them to deny it. My uncle watched closely, saying nothing. Waiting. The first alpha closed his eyes briefly. Then, all right. The other 2 tensed. Are you serious? One started. Yes. He cut in softly. He looked at me again. Steady. Resolved. We'll stay. Something inside me wavered. The room fell silent again. No movement. No steps. No scent pushing forward. Just distance. And yet, my chest hurt. Why? Why did it hurt when they weren't even touching me? My breathing grew uneven. This proves nothing, I muttered. But my voice shook. The second alpha spoke then, softer. You're shaking. I'm not. I snapped too quickly. The third looked away slightly. Jaw tight. This is harder than fighting you, you know. Silence. Seconds passed. Then minutes. No one moved. Not them. Not me. But the distance. It didn't feel safe. It felt lonely. My vision blurred slightly. Why aren't you coming closer? I asked suddenly. The question slipped out before I could stop it. They all froze. The first alpha answered quietly. Because you asked us not to. My breath hitched. That was it. That simple. That painful. Tears stung my eyes unexpectedly. That's stupid, I whispered. Maybe, he said gently. But if getting closer hurts you. A pause. We'll stay where it doesn't. Something inside me broke. Not loudly. Not violently. Just softly. I looked at them again. Really looked. The tension in their bodies. The restraint. The way their hands stayed clenched at their sides. The way they didn't step forward. Even though everything in them clearly wanted to. You're in pain, I said, barely audible. None of them answered. But they didn't need to. I could feel it. Through that bond. That unwanted, undeniable connection. It hurt them. Staying away. Hurt them. My tears fell before I realized it. Why? I asked, voice breaking. Why would you do that for me? The second alpha smiled faintly, tired, but real. Because it's you. That answer. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't grand. But it shattered me completely. My shoulders trembled. I've died so many times, I whispered. I've been alone in every life. My voice cracked. So why now? Silence. Then, the third alpha finally spoke, voice lower than before. Because we were always late. My breath stopped. What? He looked at me. Not intense. Not overwhelming. Just honest. In every life, he continued quietly, we found you. A pause. Just not in time. Everything went still. My tears fell harder. That's not fair, I choked. I know, he said. My chest hurt. Too much. I was alone every time. The first alpha stepped forward. Just one step. Then stopped himself. Not this time, he said softly. That was the moment. The one that broke everything I had built to survive. My knees gave out slightly. I'm so tired, I whispered. Not strong. Not controlled. Just tired. And for the first time, I didn't hide it. Didn't fight it. Didn't pretend. I cried. Silently. Completely. And none of them moved. Not because they didn't want to, but because I asked them not to. And somehow, that made it hurt even more. I cried. And no one moved. The silence became unbearable. Not empty, but full. Full of things we couldn't say. Full of things that came too late. My shoulders shook as I tried to breathe. But it hurt. Everything hurt. My chest felt tight. Like something was crushing it from the inside. Why now? I whispered again. But softer. Broken. No answer came. Because there wasn't one that could fix this. I wiped my tears roughly, trying to stop but they wouldn't. I waited, I said suddenly. My voice trembled. I don't remember every life. But I remember the feeling. My fingers curled into my shirt. Being alone. A shaky breath. Running. Hiding. Dying. Silence. I kept thinking. Maybe next time, someone would come. My vision blurred again. Just once. No one moved. But I felt it. Their pain. Their guilt. Their helplessness. And that made it worse. Do you know what it feels like? I asked, voice cracking. To die over and over. And no one remembers you. My knees trembled. To scream. And there's no one there. A pause. To reach out. And there's nothing. My voice broke completely. I stopped hoping, I admit it. Because hoping hurts more. Tears kept falling. I told myself I didn't need anyone. A bitter, broken laugh escaped me. That I was fine alone. Silence. Then, but I wasn't. The words came out as a whisper. Small, fragile. I was just tired of being disappointed. That was it. That was the truth I never said. My body shook as I tried to steady myself. But the weight of everything, every life, every ending, every moment of being left behind, crushed me. You said you found me every time, I said weakly. My gaze lifted to them. Then, why didn't you stay? That question. It destroyed whatever composure they had left. The second alpha looked away, jaw tight. The third closed his eyes. And the first. He stepped forward again. One step, then stopped. Because of me. Because we were too late. He said, voice rough now. No longer calm. No longer controlled. My breath hitched. That's not an answer, I whispered. It's the only one we have. Silence. Heavy. Cruel. I died waiting, I said. The words landed like something irreversible. Something final. And for the first time, one of them broke. The third alpha stepped forward. Then stopped himself so abruptly it looked painful. His voice came out strained. Do you think we didn't? I froze. What? His eyes met mine. Raw. And filtered. Every time we found you too late. He said, voice shaking. We lived with it. A pause. Or didn't. My heart stuttered. The second alpha spoke, quieter. We remembered. Everything went still. No, I whispered. That's not possible. It wasn't at first, he said. But it started happening. The first alpha continued, voice low. Fragments, feelings, and memories. My chest tightened painfully. So, while you were dying alone, his voice broke. We were remembering you disappear. Tears fell harder. That's cruel, I whispered. I know. My vision blurred completely now. Then, why didn't you come sooner? No answer. Because even they couldn't fight time. Or fate. Tears kept falling. But this time, they didn't feel as empty. Behind us, my uncle watched in silence. For once, he didn't interfere. Didn't control. Just kept his promise. I closed my eyes briefly, feeling the warmth in my hand, the presence around me. Not overwhelming. Not forced. Just shared. This life, I said slowly, voice still shaking. I don't want to run anymore. No one spoke. They just listened. I don't want to die waiting again. A pause. Then don't, the first alpha said softly. I opened my eyes. And for the first time, I didn't see hunters. Or strangers. Or something to fear. I saw people who stayed. Even when it hurt. Even when it was late. Even when it wasn't perfect. My grip tightened slightly. Small, but real. Okay, I whispered. Not strong. Not certain. But enough. The bond pulsed again. Not painful this time. Warm. Steady. Alive. And for the first time in all the lives I had lived, I didn't feel like I was running out of time. I turned slightly, meeting their eyes. So this time, I said, a small, fragile smile forming, I'll stay. No one answered immediately. They didn't need to, because for once, no one was late, and no one was leaving. For the first time, I lived, not to survive, not to escape, but to stay.